You know the feeling, the sudden drop in your stomach. Your breath goes shallow, and an invisible weight clamps down around your chest. You did everything you were supposed to do. As the source material says, you prayed, you cried, and you genuinely repented. You asked to be forgiven. And yet, when the memory surfaces, the physical tightness returns. You still feel unclean, as if none of your apologies actually worked. In that vulnerable moment, a quiet internal voice starts to speak. It takes those physical sensations of panic and points to them as hard evidence. If I were really forgiven, I wouldn't still feel this way. The logic seems airtight. A clean slate equals a clean conscience. But trusting that visceral physical reaction creates a trap. You end up stuck in a cycle of repetition, endlessly trying to earn a forgiveness you actually already possess. To understand why this happens, we have to zoom out. Human biology is incredibly complex, but it frequently misreads its own internal alarm systems. The presence of a guilty feeling does not act as empirical proof that you are currently in an unforgiven state. Guilt splits into two tracks. First, conviction ensures you remember an action's gravity to avoid repeating it. Second, condemnation twists the memory to mean you are permanently stained. We routinely confuse the healthy signal of conviction with the active spiral of condemnation. When you fail to separate the healthy memory of an event from the lie of permanent ruin, your own natural processing systems lock you in a psychological prison. Let's look at exactly how this misfire happens on a chronological timeline. Forgiveness is an instant transaction, a binary truth established in a single moment. But human emotion operates on a completely different scale. Feelings travel slowly through a dense network of nerves and synapses. Your nervous system cannot update instantly. It requires physical duration to structurally rewire around newly established truths. We call this space the emotional lag, the temporal gap where truth is finalized, but your system processes yesterday's data. Those lingering feelings survive solely because they are caught inside this biological delay. As the original text notes, guilt survives repentance not because your repentance failed, but because your feelings are lagging behind the truth. The delay between a solved problem and a sense of relief is a predictable mechanical feature of human biology. It is not a measure of your spiritual or moral standing. That tight chest we talked about earlier, it is merely an echo. It is old data clearing out of your system, rather than a fresh judgment on your present reality. Knowing this allows you to build a new cognitive protocol for the exact moment those heavy, unclean feelings inevitably resurface. First, recognize the false alarms. You must bypass the urge to panic, to spiral into shame, or to desperately repeat apologies you have already made. Next, apply the framework. Consciously identify that physical sensation in your stomach for what it is, the emotional lag. You observe the sensation, but you refuse to trust it as an objective fact. You have permission to let those negative feelings physically exist in your body. Let them run their course without handing them any intellectual or moral authority. You resolve the tension by anchoring the mind to the factual, transactional reality of forgiveness, patiently granting the body the time it needs for its emotions to finally catch up to the truth.